welcome to my second episode of my show. I hope you enjoyed the first episode, and today we're going to be talking about how to protect your peace and energy. Obviously, I have Dodge with me today. He's going to be questioning me about certain situations I've been through, my timeline in my life, how I coped with it, how I got out of it. Hopefully, like if you find it relatable, you might find something that you can help within your life, or just generally understand me a little bit more through the situations I have gone through in my life. So let's just get on to it and go for the first question.
Okay, so how would you say your energy and peace were affected growing up in your family environment?
Okay, so going through my family environment, as you all know through different interviews and what's been put out there, like when I was doing Gassed Up Lighties, everyone knows obviously I went through, like, my mum going through drugs, and obviously I didn't come from a situation that was great to the ideal world. So I'm just going to explain a bit more about that. Growing up, I had a wonderful mum. Even though there were situations that people obviously they don't want to wish on their family members to go through certain things, the things I did go through, my mum installed a lot of morals, what she wants from me out of life, how she expects me to be, how she expects me to conduct myself. So them things that, even though there was a lot of stuff going on in my home, I took that on board. Like, it still went into me. I might not have like acted out on all of them, because as a child you're going to be affected towards situations going on in your home. So certain things were installed in my head, and I did take note on it, and I did act out on it. So like, if I put it into a certain sense of passing my GCSEs, right? I knew I had to get good grades. Even though in school I was predicted like U's, E's, I was predicted all the failures. I never got predicted one pass, right? And I used to get so upset. Imagine, yeah, I had an English teacher, right? I hate her to this day. I actually hate it to this day, because when I did mock exams, yeah, I was getting A's, A stars, like my coursework was on point, right? But because I was bunking, because I had fights in her class, she put me into foundation. And I'm thinking, why you put me into foundation when my grades, like when I do mock exams, when I actually am engaging in the conversation with the class, and in actual class when I'm actually being good, I show I'm a very good student. But because of my behaviour, she put me down a level, right? So, and I was actually very, very good at English. I used to love English literature, right? So imagine when I got my grade for C, I wish I could put up you lots of marks of like my grade. I got full marks basically. Like, I think I got like three marks under for a full C, right? I got the C, straight out flat C. I didn't go to my English literature exam because she told me I'm not in it. But all my friends, when they came out the English literature, they said, "Rah, Sharisha had a paper there." So I didn't even get to do my English literature exam, like, because of this woman, right? She was just generally like upset with me because of the way certain times I did behave in class. But just because I behaved that certain way doesn't mean I wasn't intelligent enough to take a higher paper. I could have got an AA star, but these times I had to get a solid C. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that peed me off. But even to pop, I got 5 C's in GCSEs, right? Because I got put through foundation for every subject I was doing. But the reason why I even got the C's, right? In my home, my mum might not be able to school me of education, but I knew how to like revise myself. So what I did was, every subject, I did a big A4 paper and I put all the bullet points notes out like a spidergram, right? I put it all over my house. So even like if I was on the toilet, right, I would have in front of me the points of a certain subject that I need to take in for me to be able to like revise the certain subject that I was doing. I did drop out of French because I didn't have the time for it. What was going on in my life, I didn't have time for it. I did drop out of French. That was one of the GCSEs I did drop out. But the rest of them, I did them, right? And I passed the ones I wanted to, that PE, geography, religious studies, English, and what was that one I passed? Science. I got a C in science. I didn't get a C in additional science because, like, again, my physics lesson, I spent half the time outside the classroom because I didn't get along with my physics teacher. I was generally someone who was constantly excluded from my behaviour, and it is what it is. But the things I actually did put out in my home, put out on the wall for me to physically see and constantly read, I actually passed them exams. I should have been put forward to higher paper, but because of my behaviour, like I said, I was put down to foundation. I was hardly in school. So imagine like if I was in school. Like, I'm telling you, look, even if you find it hard, be in school. Taking what you're taking. Because me hardly being there, I was still able to take in a lot and achieve the grades that like I was able to achieve. Like, Even like my mum. My sister did like to put out my mum's this, my mum's that, da da da. My mum was a great mum, even amongst what we was going through. Like, I can't lie, myself, I wouldn't want to have a different home life because I still love my mum and I still rate my mum as a woman. The things I didn't understand as a child, I understand now as an adult. She had her own trauma. She had 3 young kids. The age I am now, she already had 3 kids. I couldn't imagine myself with 3 kids right now because of what I'm trying to do. But my mum did that, so I respect her. I have the full amount of respect her coming from the upbringing she had and still was trying to work out things and still giving. I had a clean home. She had clean clothes, right? There might not be everything perfect, but at the end of the day, she did the best of her abilities, the best of her situation. So I'll constantly rate my mum for her situation. I don't want to degrade my mum. I'm not out here to degrade my mum because I respect her, right? She even changed her way of life for the love of her kids.
So how did you overcome the situation and make a better situation out of it?
My number one rule was with my family situation. I already had step family members who used to take, like, because they knew what was going on in my home, they already used to take the mick out of it. So when I had my friends and people I was around, I would never reveal what I was going through because the closest people to me were the ones who were trying to like put me down. I got into fights with them, had to like put them in their place. I didn't have time for that to do that with people I was generally meeting and I liked and I got along with them. As much as I trusted them, I did never trust anybody with my home secrets. I would keep it to myself. A lot of my friends only found out my situation due to me becoming gaslighted and certain things from my sister got exposed, and I had to say to them, yeah, I was going through that. They're like, raw, you never told me that. Because at the time when I was growing up and it did really affect me, obviously as an adult, that stuff wasn't continuing in my adult life for me to even reveal. Why would I let anyone know what's the pain to me to then use it against me? I'm not going to give them my truth of my story for them to use against me because I saw that amongst people who were meant to be my family use it against me already. So I was very secretive with my lifestyle. I had to keep that to myself. I'm not going to give you the dagger to that. I'm basically handing you a knife to stab me. No, I'm not going to do that. I will not do that. I will not do that. Like, you have to learn, like, certain friends I have right now, I've told them everything because I've trusted them. I have that years built up of friendship to know they've been with me from the get-go when I was going through that stuff, and they never saw me differently. They didn't understand why I was that way or whatever I was going through, but they're still here now and they still love me for who I am. So I've ended up sharing them. But I just grew up as paint a picture, do what it is, whatever happens behind closed doors, keep behind closed doors. I'm not saying everyone should go by that because some people's situation, you need to let yourself know, maybe to authorities, like if your situation was worse than mine. Mine wasn't as bad for me to feel like I need to let people know what I'm going through so they can use it against me. So just be strong. If you're going through something that's not that bad, sometimes you need to understand your parents. They're just trying their best that they can do. Not everyone's going to be handed a silver spoon. Your parents might not have that silver spoon to then give you the silver spoon, but they're trying the best that they can do in it. So you have to be understanding as a child sometimes that your parents are generally just trying to do the best that they can do. Like, not everyone has that great lifestyle to be given at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, if you have a parent who's trying, you're going to love them for it because they're actually trying to give you better. So I guess that's what kept me, because I always saw that someone was actually trying. I saw the trying, I saw the development, I saw the changes. So I was able to instill that into myself with what I was doing as a person. I'm not the greatest person because of my upbringing, but I still try to do better, even with my own child. I learned from my own mum's mistakes. You get what I'm saying? To then put it into, I don't repeat the mistakes that I've already had to learn from as a child. I'm not going to put that onto my child, right? And at the end of the day, my mum's still there in my life. She's still there, a positive person in my life. I rate my mum so much. So at the end of the day, that goes, even the little things she used to do with me as a child, I've put it into my child, right? Everything, the education, how I treat him, the extra curriculum, I put that into my child because at the beginning, my mum didn't know how to do that. Do you get what I'm saying? I might not have had it for the whole of my life, but what she done shows through me, for my child. Like I said, she installed certain things for me from a young age in it. Even though she was doing wrongs, because it was installed in me, I knew how to do right, so I did right.
Is there anyone else in your family that affected your energy?
Obviously, we all know, you lot obviously got to know me as Gaslight Lighties with my sister doing my thing. Growing up, I knew my sister's situation and things that she has done to me in the past. and it's repeated into the future. I was warned by my friends, family members, like, this girl, she has a repetitive history of doing certain things a certain way. It's causing dramas, drawing people out. I've had to go through that from school days with her, right? So even in my good heart, because when it comes to family, you're always going to want to see the best in them. So you try to like ignore the signs that are not good, because you just generally want them to do something. If you see someone who's not doing something with their life, you're going to want to see them do something good with their life. So when I started my journey through music, right, I thought I'd bring her along. But the same thing is, anything I've done in my life beforehand, I knew, like, anytime I involved my sister, it was always drama, it was always headache, it was always just things that, like, I didn't need. Because when I'm by myself and I do things myself, things work out fine for me. Things are generally good for me. Like, that's what I'm saying, you have to protect your energy. But my good heart always draws me back to, I want someone to be like me. I want them to see the light like me. I want them to be just like me, like in a good way. Do you get what I'm saying? But you can't help everybody. Some people, if they can't help themselves, you can't help them. It is what it is. I'm not going to keep on bashing my sister, because at the end of the day, like I say, like, when it's family, you're going to always love them and you're going to understand why they are that way, and I have to just understand that and accept it. But when you're doing something that's positive and you want to see money from it and you want to see progression from it, if they're not someone that's like that, just leave them alone. Just leave them alone. And that's all I got to say about it, because, yeah, I learnt my lessons a long time ago and I don't know why I bring it to my future.
Has there been any relationships that have affected your peace and energy?
Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. Normally, I have good boyfriends when I pick a boyfriend, right? But there was this one time I had a bad boyfriend, right? And I should have known this from the get-go, because at the beginning, it's like he was in love with me for the looks and made my personality, but then he tried to change me to like what he felt comfortable for. He wasn't generally able. I'm a socialite person, right? I love being on the internet. I've always have been. I like talking to people. That's just me, right? So like, he wasn't accepted of that. So he tried to change me, right? He tried to change the person I am. I always used to have my hair done, wear makeup. This guy always wanted me 100% natural. No weave, no makeup, pull up to places with me looking with just my hair and no makeup on. Like, that's not me. I wasn't comfortable in them situations. But he was making me be like that. But because I was in a depressive state at that time, right, I took on that relationship. So I generally wasn't strong enough to like rebuke that energy. So like, I'm gonna go rebuke, because I wasn't strong in myself at that time, because I was at a weak point in my life. So I took on that relationship, right? The guy wasn't for me. Imagine I banged him around my bedroom, right, one time, right? And it was my birthday. And I'm playing music that I like. He's coming in, turning it off about putting on his music. And I'm like, it's my birthday. I've never had a man ever tell me about what music I cannot play, especially in my friend's house. How you coming in my friend's house and turning off the music? Like, are you alright? Like, like, do you get what I'm saying? This is my birthday and my thing should be going, and me and my bedroom should be flexing right now. Vibes into the stuff. My man came and changed it to his music. Like, when we used to be in the car, like, he was just playing his music. I'm thinking, I've never been, like, in my head, everything's saying, I've never been around a guy like this. I know life shouldn't be like this. I should not be feeling the way I'm feeling right now. But because I was generally depressed in myself, I stayed with this guy, right? To the point, yeah, like, if you're with someone, right, and you're more broke than you are by yourself, tell that guy bye-bye, oh, yeah? Because seriously, yeah, I'm not going to cap, yeah? If you're more broke than you are by yourself, yeah, right? What's that guy doing around you? What is he really doing? Like, I'm going to keep it so true with you lot, right? Right? I used to get to the point of being broke, right? My man used to make me pawn my iPhone, my PlayStation 4 at the time, right? To make ends meet, right? I didn't know about pawning from when I was a child, when I had a heartbreak of like, when my mum was going through certain things and my jewelry got pawned, and I was like, I never saw that again. But I'm experiencing that as a, like, at the time, I'm going to call myself a woman because I wasn't a teenager, I was in my 20s, right? So I'm thinking, how am I experiencing something I haven't experienced since I was like 8 years old? Like, how am I experiencing this with a man next to me? I haven't had to do that through my whole life before I met this guy, and I'm going through that situation. Like, is he alright? Like, me. Like, that was heartbreaking because you're reliving something that already broke your heart years ago. And I'm reliving that with this guy. Is he alright? Like, sorry. Like, even to the point, right? My friends have always been in my life. In that relationship, yeah, all my friends got cut off, right? They got cut off, yeah? Why? Because I was embarrassed. I could not be proud around this guy to even let my friends know. I didn't want to be the girl crying on the phone to my friends. I didn't want people to be like, because I said I grew up in a situation that like made people like, for me going for my home, I'm never going to let people use something against me. So until I come out of that situation, that's the only way, yeah, they're going to know that I went through that situation. So me, I cut off my friends. My friends don't even understand why I was gone. They're calling me, I'm ignoring their calls. I was just ghost. I was ghost. But then the strength came to me. Right? The strength came to me. I said, get out my house. Get out my house. Yeah? I had enough. I said, do you know what? Do you know what? Yes, I can't lie. When you're on benefits and you've got a child and you're like, do you know what? I'm getting paid. I said, I calculated my stuff. I said, you know what? Get out of my house. I'm getting paid. But see, this time this money comes around, it's not benefiting all of us. I said, it's going to benefit me only and my child, not you. And you're not going to make me feel a certain way. You're not going to break me down. You're not going to make me not be able to pay my bills and make me be broke because you're just this is what I'm saying, a weed head, right? Guys who sometimes just love to smoke weed and make sure you eat every day. That is not right. I know that's right. And I can't lie, the relationship was not long because, like I said, I do have a lot of strength in me. That was a short term and a period in my life that where I was down, I got knocked even more down, but I got the strength within me. And I said, get out my house, right? He even peed me off, right? I had a speaker bar in my house. He took that. Go take your laptop and that, because you can't take anything in my house because I already done paid for everything in my house. Nothing else you own in this house. I already had it before you even come. Do you understand? So take that. I was pissed though because I was thinking I need music to play. You know when you're heartbroken and you're a bit upset and you want to blaze your music? Yeah, I could only do to the TV volume. But anyways, Guana, right? I made my stepdad take him away from my house. Like, pick him up, go on by yourself. I wasn't involved. After that, what happened? My life changed instantly. I was back to Cherise. I was back feeling the way that I needed to. So you have to protect your energies. When you know something ain't right for you, it is not right for you. If someone makes you depressed, someone makes you more broke, someone trying to change the way you are, not loving you for who you are, get out of my life. Bye. Bye, darling, because you are not going to help me become who I need to be. I'm on a journey right now. I was young. I needed to be who I wanted to be, and you was not someone who was going to get me there.
Okay. So, how have friends and friendships affected your energy and peace?
Okay, you like I have real friends in it, and like it takes years to know who really is your real friend. Going through situations, going through mans. You will learn some fake people on the way. Some people be your friends and our frenemies. Some people are just associates, and some people are your real brethren, right? They will see your real brethren. You might be going through something, and they will tell you what you don't want to hear, but you need to hear it, right? You might be upset about what they're saying, but see, when you come in that situation, you're gonna say, "That's my brethren. That is my friend," because they told you what you need to hear, even though you was deluded at the time and wasn't thinking straight. Because you know what, man can come in your life, but see, when you have friends before that man, they know you in and out, right? Not that man that's just come and trying to change you or do something. Your friends know you, and they want the best for you. They're not hating on you. They're not jealous of your situation. They just generally know you and want the best for you, innit, right? I've had feminines come around me. I've had certain girls come around me and they want what I've got, right? They're people who are like that, their colours show from the beginning. But because of my pure heart, sometimes I've never accepted the situation from the get-go, and I've tried to think, no man, I'm overthinking it. Listen, woman's intuition and your brain tells you what's really good. You're not crazy. Don't let people think you're crazy. Don't even let yourself think you're crazy. You are right. You are genuinely right. If someone comes around you and you think they're iffy, they're iffy. Because that's what I've experienced. Anyone who's iffy, they're iffy. When I see people like myself, I love them to the death of me. Like, they have not done me nothing wrong. If I see a certain quality in them, even certain friendship I've had for time, I know them like the back of my hand, right? Because I've known them since school days, right? Even if they do something, I know, like, they're acting a funny. I know that because I know them and I know they're going through something in their personal life. Like, you generally have to learn how to know people. People are not always going to be the same because people outgrow people. Some people might generally change, but you need to like understand them and respect them for their choices. Like, when I've had negative friends, I can't lie, I do cut people off. I give them people chances, and after then too many chances gone, I'm like, bye. I ain't got time to keep going through. If they're fake, they're fake. But see, my real friends, if they're going through something, I'm going to be through them with that something, and I'm going to be at the end of the light when they go through something, because I know them and their choices, and they're not doing me wrong within their choices. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, they might be going through something in their life that's like, you might not agree with, or you know they can do better, but they're not doing me wrong in that situation. It's just generally they're not behaving in a way that you know is good for them. So, like, even though with your friends, you have to be sort. Sometimes your friends are like family. You just need to be there. You need to be some people's rocks, and some people, like I said, they're feminists, they're associates. Get to know. A lot of people think to me, why am I so quiet around new people? Because I've had them experiences from young around other girls that like maybe I was a bit iffy about, but I still took them on. And people think, why is she so quiet? But if you know I rate you, yeah, I'm gonna rate what you're doing. What like you're in your business, like if I rate you, I'm gonna share your stuff. I have no problem if my friends come to me with an idea. I don't care whether they got 0 following right now. I'm gonna promote them because that's my friend. I want to see them at the top. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I'm as a friend, right? But if I see people around me and it's like some people are in competition with their friends, and that's scary. Like, why are you in competition with me? Do your own thing. I'll support you for your thing. And the friendship situation is mad. It just is mad. But I've learned to cut people off if they're just not for me. Like, I can read people these days. I've gone to a point I can read people, and I just have to dead it. Like, the last situation I brought an associate around me, and like, what did I do? I have to dead it. I tried, didn't it? I did try. I tried. Why are you just laughing? Listen, I tried. But you knew them anyway, yeah? You knew them anyway and warned me anyway, right? But what did I do? My good heart still tried, right? Is what it is.
When or how did you begin to understand yourself and your goals?
Okay, it might sound really weird, but from a young age, I kind of always, like, it's like I was an older person in a young person's body. Like, I've always understood my situation. I've been my own therapist for years, right? And it's like, being in negative situations, it can have like a hold on you, and other people's voices have been the led to my downfall. I've always seen better for myself. I've always wanted better for myself, but the impact of other people have made me start to listen to them. So to the point where I had to turn off what other people were saying and focus on me, which made me do certain things in my life that I needed to do. I can't lie, life is hard when you're coming from the bottom, right? Trying to make better for yourself. It is hard. It is very hard, isn't it? But I've always had goals, and I've seen goals flop in front of me because I don't have like, say for instance, yeah, when I was pregnant, I had an idea. This is even before Instagram was banging like that. I wanted to do sell hair. I had a link in China that had virgin hair, right? Everyone I'm trying to do it to, my auntie, I big up my auntie 10 times, because she was constantly buying off me. She knew she wasn't getting the hair I was getting from the hair shop, right? I tried to get investors through family members, right? I couldn't get it. I was broke. What do you think? I was young. I was 19, pregnant, had my child by 20. Like, I didn't have money like that to just go start investing in a business. I've always seen things in the future, and I've tried to do better, but circumstances sometimes do hold you back. But sometimes, like, I wish when you have a mad life, yeah, mad people around you, certain things get in the way, block you out, and you just generally forget about your goals. To the point, yeah, where I realised I was settled in my life. By the time I turned 25, right, I was settled in my life. I generally was cool. I had a good head on my shoulders. A lot of things weren't going wrong. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do what I need to do, which was through music, because I felt like I was unique. I have a story to tell. I have a lifestyle that, like, many females haven't lived, that even though they portray that they have, but they haven't lived it the way I have lived in it. Like, so I felt like me doing music, I could say these certain things that even got me to that point of being comfortable at 25, right? But then again, life knocked me down. And then I tried to bring around bad energy. So I'm still learning to this day how to, like, separate bad energies and my goals and focus on my goals. But see, now, I want you lot to understand. Some people are like, oh, when I did Gaslight Ladies, I never posted on Instagram. I hardly was the one taking pictures. I was hardly the one, like, even engaging with people that were fans and stuff. Like, I was generally the quiet one, even though it was my idea, it was my dream, it was my goal, because I had a negative energy draining me down, right? Now, when you don't have negative energy around you, people can see how I've chose to post myself more. I'm more active. I'm generally more happy in my life. I can continue to do the goals I've set out to do from the beginning. Like, people are more able to warm to me because I'm generally not representing something from a dark place. I'm pure right now. I'm focusing on myself. And that's why I want you to see. Some people see an interview, oh, has she had work? No, I haven't had no work. It's because of energies are real. When certain people ain't draining the life at you, like, even again, I started Gaslight Ladies and I had weight. I've lost weight and I put back on weight, right? Because I'm happy. When I put on weight, it's because more time I'm happy within myself. Like, I'm cool, I'm collected, and I put on the weight because I'm eating, I'm enjoying life. Like, but I'm gonna lose the weight again. But I'm generally just showing you, I want you lot to understand how you lot can see the energies I had around me when I was doing that certain things. It was draining me. I wasn't the true self to myself. Like, I wasn't the true me because I had someone else projecting their energies onto me. See, when you're hanging around people who are bad for you, no matter how much you want to not admit it, you end up becoming like them. It rubs off on you, right? When you have someone in your ear, negative, right? As much as you're a positive person and don't want to, you end up accidentally putting out that energy that person is feeding into you, because that's what it is. It's just generally what it is. Right? You hang with positive people, you're gonna end up building yourself and putting out that positive out, especially when you are that positive. Some people are just negative and bad to the core. No matter who they're around positive, they can't change. But if you're that person who's like that and you choose to be around bad energies and bad people, trust me, they're gonna rub off on you and you're gonna portray what their bad light is on your own light. You're gonna represent their lifestyle that you didn't want to represent. So it happened to me. You not seen it. And I want you not to understand it, because when I'm talking from a place, I'm talking from a place for truth. And I want you to understand and learn from my own mistakes that it's right, it's true what I'm saying. It happens, like, a lie?
Yeah.
It
happens.
It happens. Like, and then people who even do you wrong, yeah, when you do them back the same way they done you, they got bare chat. But it's okay when they're doing it to you, right? Or sometimes you give them a taste of their own medicine and they get mad when you do that. I ain't got time for them. I've been through it. I've worn the t-shirt 10 times over. Like, it's long. I have to focus on myself. As a big woman, I have to focus on myself. And I hope you lot, as even if you're a younger person watching this, focus on yourself from a young age, because you can do it. Cut off them bad people. People are bad for you. Cut them off and focus on what you want to do. Find what you're good at and focus on you, because you can do it. Your mind is telling you what you can do from time ago. Just follow what you hear in your head. The dreams you have, the visions you have, you can do it. It's just that you need to cut off the bad energies. I wish I learned that from time ago, because I would have already been in a place I needed to be from years ago. But I learned the hard way, okay? And I'm sharing it with you guys.
So, based off of that, would you say that you're a caring person that enjoys helping people?
Of course I am. My good heart, like, you even know, see today, right? I said in the last episode, my cousin was meant to do a show with me, right? She wanted to do something herself. What did we do? Did we not clear out her garage? Right? Cleared out her garage, right? Moving sofas, bare stuff in her garage, right? To make a studio place for us to be able to do our show. For her to, she said she wants to do photography. I got the lights. I said, Jay, you can do that. Do you get what I'm saying? And right now we're having to shoot somewhere else, right? Messed up my whole day, right? Because I'm so caring. And you said to me, but they've let you down how many times? Why did you still even take that chance? Because I'm a good person. I want to better everyone around me. Anyone around me, I want better for them. If I'm going to do something better, I try to bring up everyone with me. And guys, like I say, please follow my girl. She done my makeup, like Coco Shay. I'm going to tag her in at the bottom. Makeup by Coco Shay. And I'm going to put her in the things. Anyone around me, if they're doing something in their life, I try to inflict it into my life as well, because I want everyone to win. Everyone around me needs to win. That's just generally how I am as a person. So if you're around me and you've got an idea, I'm going to react on it. That's why I feel like I'm too positive and I'm too, like, motivational to the point it's sickening to some people because they lie to their own selves. But you're lying to me, but you can't lie to me because I'm gonna push you. If you tell me something good, I'm gonna want to push you to that point because I want to see better in you. If you tell me something good, of course I'm gonna push for it. I want you to do better. Anyone around me, my little cousins, my family members, they all would, like, if I bag them on the show, they will all say, Sharice is motivational. Sharice tells us not to be like her. I tell them to make sure they do something with their life from now. While you're young, do it from now, because you know what? The earlier you put in the hard work, the later you will reap the benefits and can rest off. Yeah, put in the hard work from young. But unfortunately, I deal with a lot of people who's come from my place and they don't even know how to fight their own demons. They just make up things in their head and say they want to do this and then they don't want to do it. So it is what it is. But I respect them because at the end of the day, at least they even said it. They want to change their life. So that's my pure heart. I'm still not even going to weigh them. That's my pure heart saying, at least you've said something you want to change. But actions speak louder than words, obviously. But my good heart will always said that you know you need to make change in your life. You know you need to do something with your life to make you in a better place. But I'm not going to stop being me. I'm never going to stop being me. Like, even people failing me, it's not going to stop me. If I met someone else and they said it's not going to stop me from wanting the best out of someone because that's just generally me. I wish I had someone like myself in my life. Right? That pushed me to the best. Like, you know what I want to do. You support me. I go to my makeup. She's been to my video shoot. She supported me even when I had wrapping hair. She was putting in my hair basically. She's like, Sharice, why are you using this? I said, because I'm trying to make me and my sister look good. My mind doesn't stretch for two people. It does stretch for one, but I'm not going to make myself look better than the other. So I have to part my ways between two and do something that I'm not used to. She was supporting that. I respect that. Do you understand? I respect people who are there through the hustle. And the same way I hope the people that, like, who are there for the hustle, and I put it back onto them, they respect me too, because I'm not a hater. I'm not someone who's bad energies. I'm positive. I'm motivational. And some people might find sickening to them the way I'm so motivational. Is that fine? But guys, thank you for joining my second episode. And obviously, I'll be doing a third episode next week, Thursday, same time. And I'll be talking about a new subject. So I wish you all the best. I hope you learn something and I hope you take something away from it to imply into your life to do better. And yeah, I hope you all win, because there's billions of people in this world and we can all win, okay? Like, just find what you're good at, even if you have to work for somebody else. Like, I'm not telling everyone to go be independent businesses. You could be good at something that helps someone else to be able to become something big. You still get paid, okay? Like, you still get paid, okay? Like, just be good at what you know you're good at and do it. And that's just is what it is. And I wish you all the best with your future. Don't let the burdens of your home bring you down. Make it be your strength and go from strength to strength to strength, okay? Love you guys and hope you tune into the next episode. Bye.
Yeah.